many people will be surprised to find it that you also designed for this show Hero Bhakti Shakti hai.
उसी स्टूडियो में मैड का सेट भी लगता था, हमारा सेट भी लगता था, होल इन द वॉल का सेट भी लगता था. So Saurabh Pant, comedian, was Dr. Kholkar.
Who was behind the mask of Ashley?
तो आज हमारे साथ हैं एक ऐसे गेस्ट जो तुमको तुम्हारे बचपन की याद दिलाएंगे कि हमारे बचपन में एक शो आता था पोगो पर, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, जिसका नाम था F.a.q एंड इट वाज अ साइंस शो जो मतलब बच्चों को साइंस के बारे में एजुकेट करता था इन अ वेरी फन वे. एंड दैट इज ऑल थैंक्स टू द गाय सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, the host of the show, Mr. Prateek Sethi.
Yeah, W's in the chat, why?
Thank you.
Hello, sir. How are you? सबसे पहले, that's the first question we ask our guests. This is
I'm doing
unreal.
great. Thank you so much for having me over. Thanks, guys. It's great to be here for Chai with Senpai, having Nimbu Pani.
We were like, Prateek sir, आपके पास like चाय बना लो यार. He was like, नींबू पानी है भाई, नींबू पानी पिएंगे. I was like, okay. But
yeah,
okay, so wait, do you used to drink tea या फिर like never tried it like at all?
नहीं बहुत पीता था कॉलेज में बहुत पिए कॉलेज में मेन गेट पे बैठ के बस चाय पीते रहते थे हम लोग. एग्जैक्टली. तो फिर उसके बाद एक समय ऐसे हुआ कि मैंने बोला यार मैं चाय ज्यादा पी रहा हूँ, काम कम कर रहा हूँ, तो फिर डिसाइड किया
That's what happened with us.
It's a great way to socialize, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the spot जहाँ से सारी like you get to know कि किसके like कहाँ पे क्या बातें चल रही हैं, कॉलेज में क्या हो रहा है, like what's the word.
तो बस वही कहानियों में घुस जाते हो और फिर कुछ होता नहीं है ना काम उसके बाद. समझने वाला यार अभी ये ना प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में नहीं कर सकते.
I'm pretty sure तुम लोगों के लिए भी बहुत surreal होगा like listening to his voice and you like looking at him like on our channel, man. That is just it's a big W for our channel as well, क्योंकि हमने जब community post डाला,
dream.
Yeah, we had people like telling us कि भाई अरे भाई चाय with Senpai तो चल गया भाई.
चाय with Senpai day by day.
So personally, one of my friends, he messaged me and he was like, he used to watch you like crazy, like सुबह स्कूल के लिए तैयार होना छोड़ो भाई, जाने दो, शो देखो भाई. सबसे सुबह आता था और रात में आता था.
हाँ, कितनी अच्छी बात थी, सुबह जाने से जस्ट पहले आता था उसका एक रिपीट टेलीकास्ट एंड हम देख के जाते थे स्कूल.
I can't tell you enough. There was this one time that you did a refraction एक वो बनाया था with of course the episode crash के साथ you were showing him कि refraction कैसे काम करता है. It helped me in an exam, bro. Like 5 marks वो करने के लिए, secure करने के लिए. It helped me actually. मैंने
in that sense तो thank you so much for watching, guys, because science shows उस समय कम थे, अभी भी बहुत कम है. अभी तो है ही नहीं, पता नहीं मुझे, बहुत ही कम है. So उस जमाने में it was good because हमारा focus यही था कि how to make science fun, right? Like how to make science more exciting, more achievable and more friendly. Because मेरे जमाने में NCERT की बुक्स हुआ करती थी, NCERT के वीडियोस हुआ करते थे जो दूरदर्शन पे आते थे, which was like भाई सोचा हुआ भी, मतलब जगने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. So तो उसके बाद जब पोगो ने बुलाया तो it was a lot of fun. So yeah.
See, it's probably because of you. I'm still a science nerd. I still read books on science. I have this Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. I recently bought this Cosmos book by Carl Sagan. You know him?
Yes, Carl Sagan, and the blue dot, the blue earth, the blue dot in the sky also he talks about. Yeah. So
Cosmos show is amazing. That's my favorite science show. And yeah, I've been a huge fan of yours. So my first question, so that जो लोग आपको नहीं भी जानते हैं, they get to know from you that can you just briefly introduce yourself to the audience who might not know you?
Oh, okay. I'm a communication designer. I'm a creative director. I am a student of animation. I'm a student of aviation. I'm a student of unmanned flight. So that I think would sum it up. And yeah, I'm a creative guy who works on fun projects for different brands, bringing different ideas and technologies together. सब कुछ बोलने के बजाय भी मैंने कुछ बोला नहीं है वैसे, but
Yeah, that's why I was like, सबसे biggest flex तो छोड़ दिया. I have been on TV, man. When you guys were like kids, man. मैं TV पे आ चुका हूँ,
And
bro.
it's crazy. I was going through your podcast to prepare for this, and I got to know that the TV show was just a side quest जो आपको बस मिल गया
yeah.
That
to
is,
host.
yeah. I was
या
like,
वो एक्चुअली वो बहुत सही था बिकॉज उस समय मैं फीचर फिल्म्स पे काम कर रहा था एज अ डिजाइनर फॉर अ प्रोडक्शन हाउस एंड सो वी वर गेटिंग टू डिजाइन लाइक चैनल ब्रांडिंग लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल वी वर्कड ऑन जी नेक्स्ट एट दैट टाइम आई वर्कड ऑन हंगामा टीवी's channel branding I worked on channel branding for filmy and these channels so फिल्म्स पे काम कर रहा था एंड वो जो प्रोडक्शन हाउस है वो एक्चुअली टीवी शोज भी कर रहे थे तो लॉट ऑफ द एडीज यूज्ड टू मीट ईच अदर राइट तो बातचीत तो होती रहती थी एंड लाइक यूड मीट डिफरेंट क्रू एंड डिफरेंट पीपल तो उसमें से होता है ए तू पागल है तेरे को साइंस का पसंद है ऐसे हाँ पीसीएमबी का स्टूडेंट हो तो ऐसे अच्छा चल बना कुछ हमारे लिए ऐसे हाँ ठीक है ये देखो ग्लाइडर सो दे वर लाइक so so that's the fun part about being in this industry so side quest में ये हो गया कि अरे they said चलो साइंस शो बनाते हैं सर हाँ ये तो बहुत बनाने का मन था बट मैं एनिमेशन का एंगल भी लेकर आऊंगा इसमें बिकॉज मुझे वो बहुत पसंद है and then they were like kind enough because Rob had already set up the system of working because Rob's a designer himself as well, right? He's an artist, designer, and so on and so forth. So very involved in the process. So similarly, मुझे भी वो opportunity मिली, तो then I could get involved a lot. So फिर वो चलता गया, फिर बाद में जब show का भी made it in such a way कि उसके छोटे-छोटे भी episodes बन सकते थे बहुत सारे. फिर मैंने बोला कि यार ये अब अपने autopilot पे चल रहा है. Now let's get back to doing what I love doing, which is science. Which is science-related content and being behind the camera. So being a designer.
oh my God, like,
Alright.
Tarun boy,
Uh,
can you believe
Uh-huh.
it? Can you believe it? We have Prateek.
See, अभिजीत ने वैसे पूछा है since many people might not know it, what is the job of a communication designer?
Well, it's a good question. So, as a comms designer, you help people communicate, right? Like, so we help brands get to their audiences. So, the long and short of it is, it could be ads, it could be building system integrations for technologies that are coming in within the organization. It could be corporate communications, which is how large organizations talk to their own employees. And how you want to be showcased to the audience at large. So as they classically say, it can be business to business, it can be business to customer, it can be customer to customer. It's just, at the end of the day, communication design is just making sure that what a person is saying is understood by another person. It's as simple as that. So you're just helping them get their point across. And it's an open channel.
I
Yeah,
actually like surfed your the website Wearetrip. Like first few seconds जब लिख के आया ना कि but जल्दी लोड कर रहा I was like whoa something that is something unique because you don't usually get to see this anymore क्योंकि पहले क्या होता था because of the flash the flash websites it used to be like this website is taking time to load because it has a lot of animation. I saw that was such like a nostalgia hit. Oh, that is something from like 15 years or 20 years ago. And but also the interface of your website, it was like it's very well built. Because you had all of these sections के you have your brand has worked with the क्या बोलते हैं singers के साथ the brands the Tata and everything I saw everything.
It's such a vast field कि इसमें
it's such a
कुछ भी हो सकता है from a logo to how the whole thing looks, a movie or TV show, right? So
Okay.
I got to know, and many people will be surprised to find it that you also did design for this show Hero Bhakti Shakti hai.
Yeah. तो those are my early days. This is pre-Pogo. जब हम हंगामा टीवी में काम कर रहे थे तो एक रिक्वायरमेंट आया था कि जो हीरो का जो पुराना पैकेजिंग है वो पूरा चेंज करना था, right? So I was asked to, as part of a team, to redesign Hero's costume, his gauntlet,
Yeah.
and also design all the villains, the sub characters, and their color palettes primarily, and the costume in itself from a visual perspective. Then of course fabrication was taken over by the costume designers, but from a visual perspective, so we sat and we drew and we made. Yeah, it was lots of fun. And it was crazy because हम obviously animators की तरह सोच रहे हैं कि मस्त इसमें से ये ऐसे खुलेगा, फिर वहां से वो एक बीम निकलेगी, या फिर वो साइड से ऐसे ओपन आउट होकर पॉप अप होकर वो like and it open and then he just get his hands out and the costume designer is telling us, अच्छा और क्या चाहिए, हिंट डाल देती हूँ, बताओ बताओ. You know? But yeah, so obviously there were physical limitations, so we worked with that.
Tanboy, one thing that I've noticed is Tanboy कि legendary
Yeah.
लोग have like pipeline में कहाँ पे काम करा होता है भाई, पता ही नहीं होता यार, seriously.
सब जगह होते हैं.
क्या बोलते हैं, एक क्वेश्चन जो who was behind the mask of Crash, like
Crash is a real robot, guys.
He's a real robot.
oh my god, but
A real robot.
पता है
20
क्या,
years ago.
I used to think, क्योंकि हाँ because we were kids, अब तो Santa is not real वाला वो हो गया. But उस time
What do you mean Santa's not real, man? Dude,
he is. But like in Western, यहाँ तो यहाँ पे time लगता है आने में थोड़ा सा.
यहाँ पे अलग चीज है, यहाँ पे
So yeah, one of the questions that we actually planned for you is, what got you into science? Like, what made science interesting for you?
Oh, so that actually, मैं बहुत lucky हूँ. My granddad was a scientist with the National Chemical Laboratory. He's got patents to his name. He did a lot of things for in the field of grafting and paper technology for India. And these are the glory days, right? Like post-independence, just India as a country setting up. So there's a lot of sort of, how do I put it, like national fervor and belief that we as Indians are capable of anything. That runs very deep in my family because we've been working towards it. And my dad was an engine designer. So he's designed the 500cc engines for Enfield. He's designed engines for Indian frigates. So he's a hardcore engines guy. Now, of course, he's a corporate honcho. And my mother is a BE Ed, so she used to teach biology. So it's like the family loved science, right? So for everything, it was always like, haha, that's stupid, but do you know the reason behind it, right? So and then you find the reason behind it. So you do something really stupid, but then you find the reason behind it.
Yeah.
So that way, the humor also got taken care of, and then the logic behind things also was attacked. So that's why science for me has been like it's been fun throughout life, and I just wanted to make it more exciting, considering I told you, like, we were Doordarshan kids, yeah, so it must be so boring.
Yeah. That was the only channel, and it still managed to be थोड़ा सा boring. But उस time वही था देखने के लिए, so we used to watch it anyways.
हम तो full excitement में देख रहे हैं, but उतना ही देख सकते हो यार आप. एक वो flat white screen में A से B जा रहा है, B से वहाँ पे एक triangle बनाने वाले भाई. कुछ तो दो.
I believe उसी time पे तरुण भाई वो भी आता था, ये जो हम वो नहीं देख रहे थे, उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे थे हम लोग, The Jungle Book, वही अपना चड्डी पहन के पोल के लाया, used to be on that Doordarshan, I remember that.
Yeah. So जैसा आपने अभी बताया अपना पूरा journey, it sounded like that is kind of the inspiration behind Crash, के पहले खराब करके दिखाना है, then बताना है लोगों को कि ऐसे नहीं करना है वरना मैस अप हो जाएगा.
So, हाँ, एक format तो हमने decide किया था. We had built on it. So there were multiple levels of information, right? एक तो ऐसे था कि हम हर समय छोटी चीज से चालू करेंगे, जो एक छोटी सी चीज जो मैं अभी टेबल पे बैठ के किसी भी चीजों से बना लूं, right? फिर कुछ थोड़ा बड़ा चीज जो हम जिसके लिए चीजें खरीदनी होंगी आपको घर पे, लाइक आप वो किचन में ही नहीं बना सकते, आपको थोड़ा और बड़ा बना. एंड देयर यूज्ड टू बी दिस वन वाओ थिंग व्हिच वाज कि 2 गाड़ियों को लेकर आ गए, क्रेन से सस्पेंड कर दिया, 2 नोटबुक्स डाल दी फ्रिक्शन दिखाने के लिए, राइट? व्हिच इज नॉट इजीली अवेलेबल, करेक्ट? सो दैट्स द स्केल वी यूज्ड टू फॉलो. Similarly, in that also, then Crash used to be like, yes, this is अगर मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता था ज्यादा चीज, like for example, हमने actually एक सिंगल प्रोपेलर इंजन DRDO के साथ रिसर्च करके बनवाया था, that we could build and I could fly, but at that time I didn't have a license. So what was the best option? Put Crash on it so that Crash tries to fly the plane and he crashes the plane, correct? So you show कि अच्छा ये आप लोग घर पे मत ट्राई करिए. So that
Yes,
is how
yeah.
we used to apply the logic behind it. But then of course at the end of it, legal came and said कि भाई क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? क्यों बच्चों को सिखा रहे हो aeroplane चलाना? So they were like अच्छा हाँ ठीक है ये idea इतना अच्छा नहीं था हमारे दिमाग में बहुत अच्छा था लेकिन it's
I
not.
I I remember कि like whenever Crash used to do something या फिर कुछ होने वाला होता था कि like अभी कुछ भड़ाम होने वाला है, you shouldn't try this at home. फिर एक लिख के भी आती थी, like
Yeah,
warning side में,
little
hey guys,
text.
don't try this at home. But okay, my question around this is कि since I and like आपका पूरा background करने के बाद I realized कि is this possible कि those little animations on the show कि FAQ के ऊपर ऐसी ऐसी animations आ रही हैं and the transitions, the animated transitions between the shots, was that you? Like, did you do
I mean, I was part of the animation team. We animated those. So there's a really funny story here as well. I directed again, Maya Rao was directing the show for most of it. We also had a great team like of development from Amrish Sethi, Anjana, Devraj, and these are all stalwarts of Indian television, right? Like, so we had Ilyas, we had Deepak Pathania coming in and then building a lot of things. And we had Saurabh Pant to write the scripts for some of the shows. So there was a full team effort, right, in all of this. And जो animations and जो show packaging था वो Hong Kong में Shamik बैठा हुआ था and Shamik was like and he's ex Channel V, so I don't know if you guys have watched Channel V. All
yeah,
these easy little animations that used to happen with ये सब बन के Channel V बन गया is primarily between Shamik and Manish. These two guys used to do it, and then Shamik of course joined long format and so on and so forth. So वो वहाँ बैठा था, उसने बोला देखो शो पैकेजिंग करना है. I said हाँ ऑफ कोर्स वो तो मेरी जिंदगी है, मैं शो पैकेजिंग इतनी सारी पहले कर चुका हूँ, अभी तो शो कर रहा हूँ, तो शो के साथ मेरे को पैकेजिंग भी दे दो. So he's like कर दो. So then Maya said कर लो. So I got a chance to actually direct my own show's packaging, and then when we were designing that, then like the team decided that look, why don't you only animate it? I said yeah, hell yeah, I'll animate it. So then I got a couple of interns on board and then we just animated it. So पूरा उसका look, feel, design वगैरह सब कुछ मैंने और एक मार्क करके हांगकांग में भी बैठा हुआ था आर्ट डायरेक्टर, तो उसके साथ किया. So yeah.
It's amazing to find out that you were not only the host, but you actually made the show.
नहीं,
Research.
that was a team effort, man. Team effort.
Yeah, team
Full
effort,
team.
definitely.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of input in research and how the
So
show will look and how Crash will look even.
yes, Crash was the most fun to design. Uska bhi same, because again, previously I'd helped design Hero and I designed a couple of other costumes as well for Hangama TV back then. So when Crash ka bhi costume aaya, to unne bola tu hi kar le. And Deepak Pathania was our main lead in terms of technical development. So when Deepak said that, yeah, sure, go for it. So then pura design kiya, but then he actually brought it to life in the sense that he actually got the logistics of how materials interact with each other come together. So that was pretty good. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. So F.a.q, how did it come into existence? What is the story behind it? Because back then India didn't have any science show. I think we बाहर के shows telecast हो रहे थे तो कुछ
and
like
even
Backyard
before
Science
Art
was
Attack,
there.
even before Art Attack came into existence, American वाला Art Attack हिंदी में डब करके पहले दिखाया जाता था. उसके बाद then Gaurav actually came in. So how did FAQ like how did that happen?
So again, this is all back then the leaders of the game were all these guys, the channel executives who wanted to try something and wanted to actually do good things, right? So FAQ primarily was the big guys sat there, said, look, we need a science show. And different production houses were pitching and making pilots for it until finally this, where I was there, Surge Entertainment, where I was working on films, they said that they made a pilot and then I got in. And so there was a requirement कि एक science show बनाना है, but कैसे बनाना है वो अभी तक पता नहीं था उस समय. फिर लौंडा मिल गया, फिर which is me, and like सोचना पड़ा कि okay, अब इसको कैसे use करें? Like, do we put only him? Do we put him with a co-host? Do we put him just as an animated character? Do we take him away, just have only animated characters with science? What was the permutation combination that we can play with it? Then we figured ki, okay, look, best way to do it is have a crash test dummy that we can actually do all the fun and musty with, and then come back to the actual science, right? So there's that humor, there's the fun and all of that. So most उस समय होता था, अभी I don't know, but उस समय Cartoon Network, Pogo, they used to have these green light rooms in which different shows which were at different stages of approval would come together with the executives and the heads and the full team and brainstorm over 3-4 days continuously. Like it used to be like these workshops that used to happen offsite. फिर उसमें actually show का development बढ़ता था, and that's how FAQ in its version which finally hit on air was developed. So पूरा एक टीम बैठ के ना पागल लोग की तरह एक दूसरे पे खाना फेंकते हुए आइडियाज फेंकती थी. So yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
so
The set design was amazing.
yeah,
जैसा
actually
आप
the background, especially the to this like कल भी जब मैं सारे the experiments when I was like rewatching everything, I was like भाई यार ये set कितना तगड़ा बनाया है यार.
वो सेट बहुत सही
Yeah.
था, एंड वो मॉड्यूलर सेट था which was another cool thing back then because हम एक ही स्टूडियो शेयर करते थे वृंदावन करके in Mud Island. Back then it was a very young piece of land, one big shed kind of studio. Now of course it's become like huge because it's also been a very long time, but having said that, उसी स्टूडियो में मैड का सेट भी लगता था, हमारा सेट भी लगता था, होल इन द वॉल का सेट भी लगता था. So so we had slots and all our teams had smaller like cabin type containers outside, right? So the lab and experiments का हमें 3 container दे दिए, मैड को 3 container दे दिए, hole in the wall had its own containers. So everybody had that one thing with different slots in the year that this is when you'll get your time, now you go and shoot. So like 40 days continuously. Dip, 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 dip.
Oh,
Good.
you just unlocked a memory for me after naming that show क्योंकि मेरे को अच्छे से याद है there was this one time मम्मी ने टीवी देखने के लिए मना किया था ठीक है and she went out, my mom went out and I instantly पोगो होल इन द वॉल चल रहा है, अरे भाई मजा आ रहा है देख रहे, बहुत बहुत मजा आ रहा है. मम्मी के आने से पहले फट से टीवी बंद कर दिया, दरवाजा खुलने के बाद टीवी बंद कर दिया, मम्मी आई टीवी छुआ ये चल रहा है भाई, इसके बाद जो धुनाई हुई है. but yeah, like that is like like it seems very क्या बोलेंगे, like it is so out of my imagine करने की capability because like you said कि उस time पे there was this studio that you were working with, 3 shows in one, like in like under this one place happening.
Different time slots. Yeah, that's true. That was a massive studio, but our sets were also massive. Like it's a 150-foot studio. So different time slots. So
I
like
mean, you were jumping around in the set. I was like, भाई कितना बड़ा studio है भाई.
yeah. It was a big one. It was a big one.
as you were telling about the show, मुझे शो के flashbacks आ रहे हैं कि like every episode used to have a common theme, let's say friction or refraction, and then there were little segments के छोटा सा बनाना शुरू किया, then उसको बड़े scale तक दिखाया. Yeah, that's amazing. So in episodes में which one was your favorite episode?
Aviation, hands down. Aviation, flying, flight. I'm a huge fan of flight. So hands down. वो तो मतलब पूछने की बात नहीं है. वो सबसे पहला जब हमने decide भी किया था कि ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, मैंने सबसे पहले अपना हाथ ऊपर कर दिया था. We have to do flight. So like तो वो था. Then I could probably get into saying there was an episode which was on the one in which we worked on surface tension, water. The water episode was also good fun when we made the submarine and एक उसमें भी था अपना क्या बोलते हैं न्यूटोनियन फ्लूइड्स पे भी एक किया था ना जिसमें बच्चों को नचाया था. I mean don't get me wrong, I didn't mean like that. they were bouncing about on the little tank of I think it was baking soda and water. Yeah.
Baking soda, I think it was baking soda.
Yeah.
So I have like one additional question. Actually, ये हमने plan नहीं किया था, but I remember because now like everything is coming back to me. There was a third person as well, and it was like मैंने उनका comedy वाला channel बहुत Dr. Kholkar. I when I saw him like on YouTube doing stand up, like there was this one thing I was like इनको कहीं तो देखा है भाई. I have seen him somewhere. And then now I'm remembering, अरे Dr. Kholkar भी तो
Yeah. So Saurabh Pant, the comedian, was Dr. Kholkar, and he also wrote our script. So a lot of the gags of Crash are written by Saurabh under the supervision of course, Vibha Menon and Mariam Munir and Anuja Sol. So like, who are the EPs for the show? Yeah.
It's crazy. We have also done a podcast with Saurabh Pant in the past on
Yeah.
Attack on Titan. So this is वैसे going way ahead in the with the things we planned. But I saw Ryuk in your background in one of your podcasts. So are you an anime fan?
Yes, I am. I used to watch a lot of it. I'm not like one of those crazy fans who remembers everything. Sorry,
like us.
but I love watching anime. It's very pleasurable or psychotic, depending on which theme that you go with.
Are you an Attack on Titan fan? Is that a
Yes.
hint?
Yes,
Oh,
I have watched
Yes.
all of Attack on Titan. I hate the ending. I've watched all of
Oh.
Death Note. I've watched
Code
I think,
Geass. Anything.
there was this the Metal Fortress, which I really loved.
Metal Fortress. Okay, I don't know.
There was another. So there are quite a few. Actually, my wife is also a massive anime fan. तो उसकी वजह से और मुझे देखने को मिल जाता है कि अच्छा ये भी चल रहा है. अच्छा तो एक दो एपिसोड देखकर फिर then I decide कि हाँ okay, do I want to continue or not?
Boy, bro, one in life. No, but seriously, like हमको लगा because we saw that Ryuk figurine, we were like, we have to ask this question, like like, are you anime? But we weren't expecting you to say like, yeah, I'm a big anime fan. हम just said ठीक है, you might consume it like like here and there, थोड़ा बहुत जो चल रहा है. But now like that is amazing. That is amazing to know.
कल के पहले तो मैंने बिल्कुल एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कुछ भी. जब मैंने वो रियोक का फिगरीन देखा बैकग्राउंड में, आई वाज लाइक वेट अ मिनट. एंड इवन नाउ यू आर वियरिंग अ स्ट्रीट फाइटर टी-शर्ट.
Yeah.
So
Games.
you are a gamer as well.
Yeah, games. Huge fan. I don't get time unfortunately these days, but जब भी समय मिले तो मैं बैठ जाता हूँ. My favorites are Civilization, StarCraft. These are all ROS games. Real-time
Contra.
strategy. Yeah.
Contra, the
Contra.
OG. The OG.
So I got these little, nowadays you get the digital versions of these things that you can just plug into your TV with a USB.
Yeah.
And I sit in office trying to play with my crew. But yeah, वही है कि like, they're damn fast, man. This Gen Z, like, what just happened?
I don't ever remember like clearing the game like beyond level 2. वो जो machine वाला जो आता था उसके आगे मैं कभी जा ही नहीं पाता था.
यार मतलब पागल है मेरे ऑफिस में लोग सच्ची में. Like, it's just too much extreme like competitiveness. It's not good. So,
अब तो like right now people are like using emulators and everything. Like अपने फोनों में एक app download कर लो, retro games. That's it. Now you can
yeah.
मैं खुद अपने बचपन के गेम्स ही रिविजिट करता हूँ. I don't play new games anymore.
like
Day only I was checking out. Have you guys played this game called Command and Conquer? It used to be like, again, strategy game. Red Alert, Red Alert 3.
I think
Red Alert probably, yes.
Okay, so I played the whole series. That how do I put it? That game was so addictive, like Age of Empires की जैसे. Have you guys played Age of Empires, right? तो उसमें मैं maps भी बनाता था. Like I've spent hours just making maps which are impregnable, and then going and trying to break through, like with your forces. It's crazy, good fun. Yeah.
Are you by any chance क्या बोलते हैं GBA like Game Boy Pokemon Nintendo game fan? Like नहीं? You have not played? Okay, that is very surprising because you said strategic games, right?
Yeah.
And उस time पे तो
zone, like, okay, if you're talking about MMORPG type zone में, then Borderlands is something that I really enjoy as well.
Clash of Clans at
Clash
all?
of
Like
Clans, of course, for sure, वो बहुत खेला है. Clash of Clans बहुत खेला है फोन पे. और एक और
Mini Militia.
नहीं.
No.
I've played a lot of this also. City Skyline, Borderlands, and sorry, we were talking about shooter games, no? Again, then that's Call of Duty and all, yeah, which is again
Counter-Strike and
Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, that stuff. And there was Paladins also, which was on beta.
What about Halo? Have you ever played Halo?
No, but I love the animations.
It is so good, right?
Yeah, so I've actually made my crew play the game so that I can see the in-game like
Cinematics. Yeah, yeah,
cinematics.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Then somebody told me, bro, it's available on YouTube as like a
Yeah.
single video. I'm like, boss.
That's the thing nowadays. Like anything is
Walkthroughs.
available on YouTube. कुछ
Yeah,
भी, कुछ भी.
man. So, yeah.
तो
Yes.
ये काफी ऑफ बोर्ड चले गए हम. So back to the show. How did FAQ impact your life? Were you like कि बच्चे कहीं भी मिलते हैं and they recognize you?
Prateek
नहीं,
is
नहीं,
Prateek.
नहीं. So that's the most beautiful part about being like not a celebrity, right? Like, so it's fun because the kids who watched Science, or the kids who watched, like, you guys, right? Like, you guys are, how do I put it? When we'll meet at an airport, the chances are that you'll be very busy doing what you're doing. So I will not be visible only, and I love just blending in, right? So it's damn good fun because it's only after somebody says that, "अरे वो प्रतीक जैसा दिखता है या वो FAQ का बंदा है," then it becomes hectic. Then everybody is like, "Oh, hey, are you Prateek?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." फिर once it cascades, then it cascades. But otherwise, it's a breeze, man. Like, I can walk down the street
You
and nobody will know who I am. So,
You know us so
fun.
well. You know what? I was once in a flight and मेरे just बराबर में पूरे टाइम राजपाल यादव बैठे थे.
So that's
पूरे
exactly.
टाइम. And जब फ्लाइट खत्म हुई and वो उठ के गए, then some ladies recognized him. Oh, ये तो राजपाल यादव है. And then people were clicking photos with him, and I didn't ask for a photo. I just let him go. कि
Yeah.
ठीक है, सबकी अपनी जिंदगी है.
Exactly. तो ऐसे ही होता है. अभी जैसे बहुत sweetly, like, these Air India hosts had gone for a Skoda event, and these Skoda guys were being very sweet and everything, and सब शांत था until the Skoda guy said that he told one of the air hosts, like, "Hey, do you know that there's a celebrity on this plane?" And so they were like, "Oh, really? Who?" They said, "This guy used to be on FAQ. Like, he's done so many shows, blah, blah, blah." That's when everything went bad. And they're like, "So would you, like, would you please like to do this? Would you like to do that? This is a special token." And it was very sweet. They were very sweet, right? But it's just that if they hadn't known, I would have been very happily asleep in my flight and just point A to point B.
Watching
So,
a movie on the plane. That's
yeah,
nice.
man, just chilling, like, just, doing my thing. So it's fun.
Gee, I mean, like, ये I don't know if I already told you. Oh, but I did say, like, in the drawing section that we were doing, कि even first time seeing Rob in front of me, like, थोड़ा दूर थे. Of course, वो दूर थे, अपने stage पे थे. But then when I saw him, I was like, oh my god, TV के बाहर दिख गए, अरे भाई. It's
Rob,
just,
on the other hand, gets caught everywhere because
yeah,
he still looks the same, right? Like, so he's got that going for him.
yeah.
That's what I look older. I've got whites and grays and whatnot. So it's just nice. I've also put on weight because you do when you grow older. so yeah, touch wood. I'm
मेरे स्कूल में एक्चुअली एक लड़का था. So like the build that you have back then, right? FAQ
Yeah,
के show पे.
yeah.
There was this
वही.
one friend of mine, and he was very smart. He was also very smart, science-wise, everything. Whenever I used to see him, I used to be like, Prateek, idhar aayo, idhar. Like, he was like, Bhai, Gaurav hai mera naam. I was like, Bhai, you know why I call you Prateek. There is no other reason why I call you Prateek, bhai. He was like, हाँ, FAQ पता है भाई, मेरे को मैं भी देखता हूँ. But yeah, he had the exact same build, and when I like जब हमें अंकित ने बताया that you were joining, I was like, I have to share this story. I have to tell you.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's fun being inconspicuous in that sense. I really enjoy that because with unfortunately, how do I put it, in my industry, especially if people know that, oh, अच्छा आप ads कर रहे हो, तो उनका जो price था वो 3 गुना हो जाता है, right? Like, so it's the same thing. Like, if people find out that you're a known face, their treatment towards you changes, and that is not nice because at some level then you realize that, oh, hang on, so if they're treating me so special, what does the common man get, right? And that's not nice. So in that sense, I like to, then if I need to, then I'll pull a flex saying like, bhai kya hai ye, agar aap aise kyun treat kar rahe ho, so it's just nice, it's better.
Was FAQ at all, like, would you say, like, I don't know if if you're a person who used to watch a lot of sitcoms, like, मतलब पुराने वाले, but is it at all, maybe let's say, like, आपको Professor Proton पता है? Professor Proton,
Yeah.
you know him, right? He had an owl. which is very different from Crash. So
Uh, no, man, no. We weren't thinking like that at all back then. We were just trying to build original content for
and
India.
yeah,
So
that is the one thing I love about FAQ. It was something different from anything जो भी हमने देखा है टीवी पे, and it's not like from anywhere, like it's बोलते ना built in
Yeah,
India, that
yeah, that show was completely an original concept, and
yes,
that's amazing.
yes, we're very proud of that, and I think the whole team would chime in when they say this. That look, we really worked hard towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you had to make a science show for today's generation, who is so, let's say, attention span जिनका बहुत खराब हो गया है reels की वजह से, so what kind of thing what would FAQ look like in that scenario?
See, science takes its time. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it. Everybody says that, oh, reels की वजह से लोगों का attention span खराब हो गया है, ये हो गया है. Kids have started not being able to look beyond 15 seconds in terms of being able to focus on anything and so on and so forth. And I think that's all bullshit because honestly speaking, we are pushing them as OTTs, as networks, as your social media platforms towards a reduced attention span. The minute you
yeah,
start opening it up, the minute you start reversing the sort of time limits that have been put, it'll all go back to normal. It's content, right?
yeah,
If content is engaging, it will be fun. It will be watched.
yeah, yeah,
So science activities would remain the same. Yes, instead of starting off straight up with like a 20-minute episode, one would do a 10-minute episode, for example,
yeah,
right? Things that we want to showcase, like photosynthesis, for example, which we were never allowed to showcase on TV because they found it not TV worthy. But
Why?
photosynthesis, I just don't ask. These are just things that are coming back. So I'm like, they're like, नहीं यार इसमें क्या दिखाओगे कि प्लांट थोड़ा सा मुरझाया हुआ है फिर वो थोड़ा सा अच्छा हो जाता है. So like यार ऐसे whatever. Sorry, these are all jokes from a different. So coming back, so certain things which you can't show on TV now can be shown as separate standalone clips, right? Or videos that can show that, okay,
Yeah,
this is how photosynthesis works. But the actual episode you keep as just a line, and ये हमने photosynthesis से हमें पता चला कि plant को energy मिलती है, and then moving on to the next thing, right? So you build it. So then you have supporting information that can flow with it. I think, I don't know, you guys give me some inputs.
now I believe that FAQ will work so much better now because I realized after watching like on your YouTube channel as well कि clips की timing is probably like 130 seconds, like 1 minute 30 seconds, 1 minute 40-50 seconds. That is actually what the shorts and the reels are like actually like pushing now. So like that would like actually work
yeah, your
to good
smaller
well.
segments,
Smaller
yeah,
segments
they
can
might go viral.
yeah, and it was
And
so interactive. It was so interactive. Like it felt like a whole episode in that 1 minute. So it's very good.
And the thing is that we can also now make it live, right? For example, that I could be doing it live and getting people's feedback. So you have that episode that happens, or like that 1 minute or 2 minute or whatever activity that happens, and then you let the audience interact for like 10 seconds after that. Take 2 questions, boom, answer those, and next. So you're adding layers of more interactive, and you can play with it. Yeah, science will always be there. You can play with it.
oh, and I found out that you have a channel and you have made the same kind of content but on a much more advanced level. I saw you building using infrared and Arduino in a video.
Yeah.
So that I learned Arduino IoT back when I was in BTech. So that's amazing stuff. Even engineers can learn from you now.
Thanks, man. So I have this beautiful gem of a human being called Pranay, who is part of my team, and he's actually how do I put it? He's my Donatello. If we were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Like, so he's my guy who puts things together and puts the right ideas to come into the right place. And he's been the one who actually pushed me to take it 2 steps higher. He said that, look, there were things that we could never show, like Arduino robots or Arduino sensor-based lighting systems or whatever, right? Which we couldn't show on TV. He said because वो time duration नहीं होता था. पर अभी YouTube has no time duration problem. So he was like, "Banao, chapo, dalo." I said, "ठीक है, चल करते हैं." So that really helped and worked.
Yeah, that's amazing.
मेरा तो favorite
Uh,
वो था actually Happy Building का, the one there where you made that ape that moves forward, you know. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I was like, ये बनाऊंगा.
so
It's a
guys,
simple build also, man. One motor, just how you put
Yeah,
the
it just keeps on going. I was like, यार ये तो अच्छी चीज है यार.
fun build.
जो भी लोग देख रहे हैं and they want to check out more content from Prateek, he has a YouTube channel,
Yeah,
Prateek
इसमें
Sethi India, जहाँ पर
इसमें
there is
tag
a series called
तुम
Happy
लोग को
Building.
टाइटल में दिखेगा. टाइटल में टैग्ड है. ठीक है प्रतीक का चैनल. So go and subscribe there,
वहाँ
please.
Thanks,
वहाँ पे
guys.
और
On the
videos है
Instagram
science
also,
related.
the Instagram is also, I think, called the Prateek Sethi.
Yeah.
So one's Prateek
Yeah.
Sethi India, the other is the Prateek Sethi. So
Yeah,
Chat
follow
टाइटल
him
में
on
भी है
Instagram
और
as well.
डिस्क्रिप्शन, हाँ, और डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी ऐड हो जाएगा लाइव स्ट्रीम के बाद. सो प्लीज वहां पे कर लेना फॉलो.
thanks, guys. And since you're already following these guys, I would say that this is my vote for you to follow them for the amazing content that they're making. So spread them and spread their word.
लाइव सफल हो गई तरुण बॉय. आज तो लाइव सफल हो गया. आज तो प्रतीक ने हो गया. ओके सो क्या बोलते हैं, एनिमेशन के ऊपर आते हैं थोड़ा सा, बिकॉज
Yeah,
यू नो.
so apart from this stuff, we got to know from Ankit that you have been supporting animation a lot through your fest. So tell us more about that. What is Animators Guild India?
Okay, so Animators Guild India started off as an idea, which was primarily to get all the animators together. What the biggest problem in India right now is that the animation industry is very sporadic. Not the industry in itself being the big powerhouses that are playing; those guys are fairly in sync with each other. But the animators themselves are very disbanded. We're like Ronin, like or Ronin's actually bad and a terrible example, but like singular units, mercenaries. Let's put it that way, right? Like who just band together for the right projects and then it's out. But so
Yeah.
with Animators Guild, we wanted to build a sort of a common platform because there's more than 30,000 animators in India, right? And the idea was to just get them all together so that we can look at each other's work, because there's so much great animation work being done, which is counterculture, in culture, but by Indians in India or abroad, but nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Because whenever we're looking at, like how we're looking at animes, we're looking at Death Note, we're looking at Attack on Titan, we're looking at the latest Naruto episodes or whatever, right? But we're not, or One Piece, which was the biggest rage right now. So all of these things that are happening, but we're not looking at the great content being done by Indians here in India or abroad as part of teams. So यही फंडा था कि भाई जब आप साउथ एशिया देखो तो आप भारत को देखो ना, आप इधर उधर क्यों देख रहे हो? So उससे हमने ये चालू किया. It started off actually as a WhatsApp group that then grew into a magazine which is called theanimatorsguild.com, where we actually showcase all the great work being done by Indians in India and abroad. And that also then grew into a festival post-pandemic and an on-ground film festival in which we try and get the best of India and abroad to come to India. And this happens in Bombay. And then they do workshops and talks. And then we do screenings like last year, which was in December. And it happens usually in December. It's a 2-day festival. We had more than 11 hours of programming, which means that there were more than 150 short films. There were 3 feature films, and we had game playouts as well happening on the fest, which was amazing. We had and we had people like Takahiro Kishimoto, who's the guy who got Doraemon, Ninja Hattori, and a couple of other shows to India, business guy. But we also had, for example, Sharanya Ramesh, who makes her own stop motion animations. We had Webhub come in. We had Prasoon, who's a crazy animatronic guy. He does animatronics, right? Which is something that we didn't know they were in Indian. I mean, we had them in India, right? So those kind of scenarios, yeah. And the best part is that it's not like as if we're like, oh, you know what, Animators Guild, only AGIF, this festival. No, we want all the fests to be out there because India needs the festival. So there is Animela that's happening. There is Chiaf, which is happening. There is Chitrakatha, which is there. There's so many more festivals. But we need more people to come together, because once we all come together and start conversations is when we'll be able to actually bring about that positive change that we need in our industry for us to like sort of recognize the great work that's happening. वाह क्या सेल्स पिच था, इसको मेरे को एक क्लिप दे देना, मैं ना कर लूंगा.
Yeah, we will upload the highlights. Don't worry.
No, but you're right, क्योंकि इंडियन
You're right,
एनिमेशन
yeah.
को अभी भी
Yeah,
पर्सनली
yeah.
हम लोग का भी बिफोर एक्चुअली अंकित करेक्टेड अस, ही एक्चुअली लाइक्स टू लाइक डू बी लाइक ए ऐसा नहीं चल रहा है, ऐसा भी हो रहा है. सो वी हैड दैट व्यू कि अभी तो इंडियन एनिमेशन वहीं अटक गया बिल्कुल ही, मोटू पतलू, छोटा भीम,
या
माइटी
हमारे
राजू.
इवन जो फॉलोअर्स हैं दे आल्सो थिंक के बाहर तो इतना अच्छा एनिमे प्रोड्यूस होता है, व्हाई कांट वी मेक शोज इन इंडिया लाइक दैट. सो इंडियंस आर मेकिंग ग्रेट एनिमेटेड प्रोजेक्ट्स, जस्ट उनको थोड़ा पब्लिक के सामने आना बाकी है.
Yeah,
And some of
like,
them are actually working for those companies in Japan. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, a
that's-
lot of Indians are working for in anime.
अभी नेटफ्लिक्स पे भी आप देखोगे, जैसे कि ये नेटफ्लिक्स में एक सीरीज आई थी ना, द होल सेट ऑफ क्रेजी एनिमेशंस इन देम. Shit, what was it called? It's an anthology which happened, no, with Blue and all of these great animations.
No, sorry, no.
Ragnarok?
What was its
No.
name?
नहीं, Ragnarok पे भी this is Indian animator called Gaurav Wakankar.
Grim Variations.
नहीं, हाँ man, I'm forgetting the name, but he's worked on a lot of these Netflix
Death Robots?
animations. हाँ, Love Death Robots, correct, that's the one.
Oh, acha.
So him, there's this other guy called Rohit. A lot of Indians who are working with companies like Titmouse and with Psyops and all to create these crazy good animations that the world is making and seeing. So वो हो रहा है, अच्छी बात है. And again, like you said, Japan में भी बहुत सारे लोग काम कर रहे हैं. So it's good. And Japanese guys actually need us because they're a dwindling population. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a rumor going on right now वहाँ पे कि ये तो इंडियंस को मतलब ऐसे बोल रहे कि तुम बस आ जाओ, पैसे भी हम ही दे देंगे, फैमिली भी यहीं बना लेना, बस रहने आ जाओ.
Yeah, and आप काम करो, like they have their very set way of working. You follow that set way of working, they want you there. And especially for animation creation, so 100% they're looking out for fresh blood. Literally, like blood.
By the way, while we are on this topic, is there any favorite, let's say अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि आपका favorite manga का, like like the author of an manga, या फिर and also in favorite anime, if you had to pick,
अरे भाई बहुत difficult है.
what do you
बहुत difficult है.
Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball, कुछ
बहुत difficult है. I would not be able to pick one. Like this has been asked me, like again another company, Asifa India, which is doing, Asifa is like this larger animation organization, right, which has been doing great stuff around the world. So they have an India chapter as well and across cities. So this gentleman Sanjay Khimasera, he's doing a lot of stuff to just get different industries to recognize the amount of stuff that we're doing in India. So even he had done this last year in one of the events for International Animation Day, in which the question had popped up like, which is your favorite anime, right? And I was like, bhai, ye na hai. Like so.
So instead of picking just 3-4 your favorite shows जो भी आपको अच्छे लगे हों.
मैंने बताए थे ना अभी जितने भी वही हैं अपने. Although I'm also like, not anime, but this is like just animation. Like I'm a big fan of Avatar, the animated series. But the first few seasons, when they went to the expansion packs, they lost the game. But the first four, basically the four, I think 4 seasons.
It's actually three seasons.
3 seasons.
Yeah, it's the only thing that is praised from Western animation to be like, yeah, this is something that we can call an anime. कि ये Western का anime है, because it is, I don't know how they pulled it off, but it is just perfect.
Yeah.
It's somehow just perfect. A to Z perfect.
Voice acting सब कुछ बहुत मस्त किया है, like सब बहुत मजा आया. So yeah, that I really liked. I really liked Death Note a lot. M in Death Note is like one of the craziest characters that I'll ever.
You mean M? Yeah, the guy who eats chocolates, या फिर L?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've forgotten now.
The guy who sits and eats sweets, right?
Yeah.
That's
The crazy intelligent bloke who can solve all the.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. L.
No, it's actually हमारा भी mind उसी time blow हुआ था when like he captures when he tells Kira, when he tells Light Yagami कि ये broadcast सिर्फ जापान में हो रहा था, मेरे को पता लग गया तू कहाँ बैठा है. That's all. Bro,
Not just Japan के भी एक specific area में हो रहा था.
Ah,
वो crazy था, like he's
that was
too good
that was
characterization.
unreal.
So yeah, so like this, lots of them,
So okay,
lots.
so you're a fan of retro animes more, okay, all right, and also like new age में Attack on Titan, like you said.
Yeah. अभी भी like जैसे वो याद आते हैं यार, वो there used to be this um, Star Sheriffs, Saber Rider, and the Star Sheriffs. This used to come back in the 80s, very 80s cartoons.
I've watched this.
Oh.
I've watched this.
It's all,
Like,
yeah, it's all for me. It's like retro. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think the most retro thing for all of us is Power Rangers, like starting, you know, Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm and Mighty Morphin and whatnot, Space, but yeah. So, so Pratik, coming back to the questions, how did you end up working with TEDx? We actually saw your, like your presentations on there as well. You actually did a lot of presentations, like unke different channels, but you were there. So, like, how did that end up happening there?
so I've been approached by them. It's not like I knew that. Look, I'm gonna be talking on TEDx. नहीं, वो सब पता ही नहीं था. लोग, they literally send out emails saying कि भाई, we have this show. Would you like to come? So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And in fact, अभी एक मैंगलोर में भी एक हो रहा है TEDx on the 23rd, 24th of Feb. And I said, boss, अभी इतना जल्दी कौन कुछ prepare करेगा idea to put together? So in that sense, it's been great because you want to share your ideas, right, with everybody. So yeah, and it's been a good experience also because I, at one of the TEDx's, got like some most viewed TEDx something for that month. And I was like, yeah, ये भी actual parameters हैं जिससे आप लोग judge करते हो. तो I was like, wow, जमाना बदल रहा है. so,
या कंटेंट के उस पर ज्यादा होना चाहिए, आई थिंक, व्यूज के
that's what, right?
comparison.
Exactly. Because everybody is now looking at these random metrics like, अरे इसके इतने
Yeah.
सारे likes हैं, इतने ये है, इसका engagement ratio ये है. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
like really, this is what you guys freaking care about. Let's look at the content.
It sucks now. Social media sucks. It's great that you are not so active here and you are working on creative fields.
That's right. Because
It's a tough
it's
space.
like you can, no, you can lose
Yeah, you
yourself.
can focus. You can put your brain into it. That brings me to this thing, that back in our days, when we used to watch TV, there was F.a.q, there was Art Attack, there was Mad, so many amazing shows. Backyard Science, You've Been Warned,
Mhm.
even Mr. Maker, that encouraged kids to be creative, to learn about stuff. But now I think there is a lack of variety on TV, in that sense. What do you think? Why has TV evolved like that?
Because we actually tell kids, like आज के बच्चों को हम बोलते हैं तुम्हें नहीं पता भाई हमने क्या 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 चीजें देखी टीवी पे, ओपी चीजें.
So there are waves. It's all in waves, right? Like what I believe is there are waves. What ends up happening is um, it's dictated a lot by the markets in terms of what the larger market picture is. And this is like the adult answer, right? Like this is like it's primarily business, correct? So it's dictated by the kind of numbers that the markets are throwing out there. So it will always be a high and a low in terms of the kind of content that you're getting. And then this is all backed by data and analytics and also the vision that networks have for that particular sort of seasons or decade or whatever. So, like with that in mind, the greater vision might have been to push Indian audiences towards a particular line of thought. And hopefully, they will realize that we need more intelligent people. So, it would be great to have more
Yeah.
engaging content, which is not just engaging for the cringe or the humor or just the basic emotional value of it, but for something which actually challenges the gray cells. So yeah, there's possibilities.
Definitely.
Yeah, and also on the same line, आजकल इंडिया के जो एनिमेटेड शोज हैं उन पर फोकस ज़्यादा है कंपेयर टू जो बैक इन 2010s और अर्ली 2000s, जब there were lots of shows from West or Japan that used to air on television. So why has that changed to only Indian shows?
So I won't be in a position to answer that
Uh,
because I'm not a studio executive, so I don't know what
okay,
the
okay, okay.
logic behind
It's
it
fine.
is.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to tell you कि लोगों ने आपके लिए क्या लिखा है, right? So one of the viewers said, "Sir, you were a huge part of my childhood. I can't express how much I respect and appreciate you. Seeing you live is truly special." Exactly. See, and I just want to say thank you for all the memories and joy you have given us. Your work has left a lasting impact, and I'm really grateful for it. Lots of love and respect from Bangladesh.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. And it's a team effort, guys. It's a team effort. Always remember. So thank you.
One of the viewers said, "Oh my god, I almost forgot about this legendary series. I used to watch this daily late night 15 years ago."
Yeah.
Then someone else saying, "Oh damn, I'm recollecting my childhood memories right now," and like a lot of emojis on that. Oh my god, बेस्ट शो जो देखा करते थे आफ्टर मैड. भाई अचानक से बचपन का पोगो फ्लैशबैक आ गया. And also there was this one guy who was saying कि I have subscribed him. I can't be more grateful to him like at all. Like मतलब इससे ज़्यादा हो नहीं सकता हूँ मैं. So yeah.
अरे यार ये रिजेक्टेड क्वेश्चन आ गया.
No.
Why do all cartoon channels face downfalls? They bring new cartoons that are considered as brain rot. It's the creative decision of the network.
हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते इसमें.
कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. Your education and how you get all the creative ideas and who's the person behind that mask. I am the one behind. My education, I'm a PCMB student. I did visual communication design mastering. Not mastering. Majoring in animation as an undergrad, and then I studied disruptive digital marketing at Harvard. No.
Wow.
I did not.
That was a flex.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were one of the golden parts of our childhood. Thank you, sir, for everything you've done. But nowadays, we can't find guys like you on television. So we don't watch Pogo, Hangama, or Cartoon Network with much affection. Generation is changing, so are the content. So how do you see that change with my eyes? Sorry, like whatever. That's okay. This is too long a question. Yeah. Generation changes and the content. Sorry.
Basically, I think
Again, it's a wave. It's a wave.
Yeah.
It'll come, it'll go. It's a wave.
No, it's crazy. आजकल जितना मैंने अपने आसपास के बच्चों को ऑब्जर्व किया है, either they watch reels, even on television they watch reels, or when their parents restrict their internet connection, they watch Detective Conan instead of Indian shows. I don't know. Who was behind the mask?
And how did you get
ये
all the
तो-
creative ideas? ये तो हो गया ना? ये तो answer कर दिया था. The person behind the mask is me.
Did you enjoy shooting the show? What do
Yes.
you think, Spark?
It was an amazing show. We had great fun, especially working with science because there's so many variables that can break down. Things will not work. Things might work too well. You have to you don't know how to slow down. So working with science is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Like इसमें से एक दो क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली आई थिंक
I think
मिस हो
that's
गए
it.
हैं. नहीं एक्चुअली मैंने शॉर्टलिस्ट कर दे. बट देयर वाज दिस वन पर्सन आल्सो आस्किंग के इफ यू लुक बैक लाइक इफ यू हैव टू डू इट ऑल ओवर अगेन, ठीक है, लाइक स्टार्टिंग से जैसे अभी तक लाइक हुआ है विद यू एंड लाइक द होल जर्नी फ्रॉम लाइक फ्रॉम हंगामा, फ्रॉम पोगो एंड कार्टून, एवरीथिंग. Is there anything that you would change, like, and also like if anything that you could actually add on it?
Oh, that's a damn intense one. So yes, would I change anything? No, not really. I enjoyed the journey a lot, and everything that I learned through those phases is what has got me to what I am today. And I'm quite happy to be what I am. Things that I could definitely improve upon is there were key moments when I could have told people in power or people who were superior or let's say at a higher position than me that look, what you're doing is fantastic, and this is going to be loved by generations going ahead, right? And we're sitting here as a testament to that. And I really wish those people and those executives would have seen that and made better decisions regarding the kind of impact that they want to leave for the future. So yeah.
And any advice for the people who are watching, like right now? Okay, how to actually, because I know, you have like even in your younger age, you have had your battles. I know that. So, like, is there anything that you would like to tell them as advice? Ke, how do we persevere like in this new era?
Take care of your health. Like that's important thing. You need your mind to be working for the rest of your life, and you have a long life ahead of you. So, and that mind can only work if the rest of the body is in sync. So it's very important to take care of your health, and also stay curious. I think we don't emphasize this enough. Stay curious. Doesn't matter if you're consuming rubbish content, but the point is that at some point, if you're curious and you keep questioning that, okay, is this real? Is this stupid? You will walk out of that,
Yeah.
sort of drum
Yeah.
that you're in. Stay curious. Want to learn more, and I think you'll do fantastically well.
Awesome. All right. Prateek, do you have more time? Because if
We
not,
can-
that is also fine. Like we can,
We can push this for another 2-3 minutes, and then
Yeah.
let's.
Okay. I mean, like we have हमारे तो इनसे we have actually pretty much addressed
मैं एक
everything.
चीज कहना चाहता हूँ प्रतीक, you have such an energetic energy. The way you speak, the way you present yourself, not just in the FAQ show, वहाँ तो ठीक है, लगता है कि इंसान कैमरे पर है, but even when you are not on camera, you are just as enthusiastic. So I love that a lot about you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
जैसे मैंने बोला, as soon as you joined the meeting, I heard your voice. I was like, oh my god, legends in the house. Let's go. No, it's a huge honor for us, and like we would like to say thank you to the subscribers as well, because they are getting us here, and हमको opportunity इनकी वजह से मिल रही है, so that we could talk to you. So it's a big honor कि हमको आपसे बात करने का मौका मिला. And yeah, it's just unreal. Like मेरे को मैं कल भी अपनी मम्मी, मतलब आज ही, sorry, अभी थोड़ी देर में जब मम्मी को फोन करूँगा, बताऊँगा प्रतीक से बात करी मैंने. She'll be like, मैं उनको दिखाऊंगा. I will like flex करके, देख रहे हो. So,
Thank you so much for having me over. Yeah, thank you. And it's just a big pleasure to be here, and I love interacting with intelligent people, knowing that there's a future to our country. So that really helps. So
मुझे बताने का मौका नहीं मिला. I was like a huge science nerd as well. Still मैं अभी भी पढ़ता ही हूँ थोड़ा बहुत, and I was really obsessed with this one thing called ferrofluid. If you have heard about it.
Yes.
So as an Indian kid, I couldn't get my hands on it. So I used to try के वो cassettes होती थी, उनका वो निकाल के उसको बनाने की कोशिश करना. But then again, I didn't have strong magnets जो उसको ऐसे घुमा सके. So I never actually could make it. But it was fun. It was always fun to know more about science.
So just मेरी तरफ से भी like last two things I just wanted to say. Peri cheese, if you are going to still watch an anime, please watch Code Geass, please.
Watch.
Code Geass, okay?
Yes.
I am
And
pretty
Steins
sure
Gate.
you will love it. You will love it.
Steins Gate. It's time travel.
Steins Gate. Yes, Steins Gate. It's a time traveler one. Yeah, please.
Okay,
And yeah, if do you think, and also like of course you don't have to answer this right now, but like if you could come back to discuss anime with us, like like in future, kabhi, like whenever you scheduling is like free, would you be like
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let me check out Code Geass and Steins Gate, and उसके बाद फिर मिलते हैं ना. और कुछ एक और
Steins-
recommendation दे दो यार.
Yeah.
और क्या?
Huh?
एक दो और.
or recommendations?
Link. That's also
Link
time
Link.
travel, and it is the only thing that is close to Death Note. Yeah, you will love it.
Okay.
Well, Code Geass. I mean, okay,
Link
anyway.
click. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Done. I'll check these out.
yeah. So yeah, that's our recommendations. And Prateek, again, thank you so much for joining us here. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and also don't forget to check out Prateek's channel that has been tagged in the title and has been added in the description as well. Go follow him. And yeah, Prateek, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much
you. Have a
Bye.
great evening,
for your
great
time.
day. See
All right,
you.
chat. See you later. Take care. Shabba care. Have a nice tea.